All right. Hello, everyone. Today is another day on the Goblins stream. We've got a special guest today who's been here many times, Marcelo Scatena. He say hello, Marcelo.
Hello, Marcelo.
Uh-huh.
It's amazing.
Uh-huh.
Hi.
He's here to talk about Goblins with me, just kind of in general, but he also made top 8 of the Saturday challenge. This was last week's Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And is a 5-2 record, right?
Yes, I got a 5-2.
Yeah.
I didn't actually realize it was a top 8. You're the one that told me. I thought it was just like 5-1 and go into 7th round.
Wow. So you didn't even know how many rounds the Swiss was? That's really funny.
No.
So you're just playing in your quarterfinals and you're like, oh, I guess this is the last round.
Yes, this is a win and in or something like that, yeah.
That's really funny. So you ended up on 7th. It's pretty solid. And you ran a very similar deck list to what I did in the showcase.
Yes, it was extremely based on yours.
Yeah. Oh, I should I should pull up. I don't have your deck list. I guess I should pull it. I should pull it up on Moto, I guess. Or if you could just send, do you have a screen cap of it, easily accessible?
No, I'm just turning on my Magic Online.
Okay. All right. So if you just take a screen cap of your deck list, and then I can open it whenever we want to look at it, just from the Discord chat. So, so you're working off of from what I recall, you cut a tomb, you played a fiery islet, and then you cut a skirk for a Mog Fanatic.
Yes.
And you played 2 chalices instead of 1. Three red blasts, 3 red blasts, 2 edicts was interesting.
Yes, it was pretty much your list, but the islet I thought you still were playing it, and the second chalice I thought you were still playing it as well. So that's why I ran those. The fanatic was to try and improve actually the Delver matchup a little bit, like at those early Delvers or whatever creatures.
Turn 1 DRC.
Yes. And the second edict was as well like I'm quite happy with that card.
Yeah, I am too. Yeah, it's really good.
It's so amazing that I wanted to play a second one just to have a higher chance of drawing it. And I think that the obviously exclusion from the main was going to be the 4th blast effect, because I actually did I play 4? Oh no.
You played 3 blasts.
Is wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's what we used to kill Mark Tide.
Right. So theoretically, if you have like 4 blasts, 1 edict, 3 blasts, 2 edict should be kind of the same, but slightly better because they can't force a will sudden edict. And you get slightly better versus DRC as well, because it can be a problem where it's like I have 2 Pyre Blasts in my hand and then they're like DRC, and you're just like, come on.
Yes, that is so frustrating. Even with the new list that has more answers to it, or has more things like to try to keep that in check. But yeah, I'm just sending you.
All right.
Oh shit! I actually think that it's -1.
-1 blast.
+1 chalice.
+1 chalice. Yep. Yeah. And then everything else. Oh, you also had a twin shot sniper. I didn't have a twin shot. I had a Creator Maker. Yeah. No. There's more changes. You changed up the mana a lot actually, because you cut a second tomb, and then you also were playing 5 basics.
Yes, I'm playing the basic swamp. Yeah, it goes in tandem with playing the second edict.
I agree.
The sideboard.
I agree.
Yeah, if you're actually make once a cast like an early expert, and then you have a. Oh yeah, you understand.
Yeah.
So I don't actually think you need 3 Badlands, even if If you're playing just one sudden edict, I think this can be a 2 bad lands deck either way. And playing 5 basics is just amazing.
Yeah, I
Just so
agree.
good.
I've been kind of experimenting with your changes plus some of my changes. I do like this mana base. I cut an islet for the second port, I think, but other than that, I've been running this mana base, and it's a really good mana base. Jack, let me see if I can get.
Yeah, the only thing for the mana base is like I wanted a second port because port is being so good.
Yeah, port's gotten a lot better lately. 29Q, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I think Jeskai has made port a lot better because that deck is really not built to beat Rashad Port. It's built to beat Wasteland, but like suffers a lot versus port.
The mono 3 drop.
Yeah, it's
deck.
a lot of 3 drops. Yeah.
Yes, and this list is basically just trying to play. I mean, I think I played with Fable a bit first, and you played with Fable and Hearse at the same time in the deck, just like upping the numbers because the cards are so good. That I didn't think like playing with all of that non-goblins was going to be great, but it kind of works out because the power level of the cards are just quite high.
Right. So the theory kind of is card quantity is less important when your card quality is a lot higher.
Yes.
And then you get this kind of like free win percentage upped by Hearse, which is, you play against a graveyard deck and you just happen to have your Hearse at the right time in game 1. It's like, oh, I randomly win game 1 that otherwise I'd be 0% in, or, and it's not even just the degenerate graveyard decks where, maybe they have say you're playing against Reanimator and they have like the slower, turn 1 pass with Entomb up, turn 2 Reanimate, and you just go, and you're on the play, and you go turn 2 Hearse, and they're just like, oh, I'm dead.
Yeah, so it can happen. I don't think it did a lot in this challenge, but we'll see if I remember it correctly. But I don't think, and I'm not super impressed with Hearse overall, to be honest.
Right, you've mentioned you've been down on it lately. And I wonder if the meta is adapting to it because it is quite popular right now because it's a 3 of in Moonstompy. Daniel Nunez, who also made top 8 at the showcase, he played one in his main deck with Slivers, and then it's seeing some Delver sideboard play. Unlicensed Hearse, Jack. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just not. If you don't draw it in time, and sometimes even if you do, all Blue-Red Delver needs is 1 turn, and they can cast like a 6/6 or 7/7 Murktide, and
it's much better at stopping. It's really good at stopping Delirium DRC from getting Delirium than it is stopping Murktide from being castable. It's almost impossible to stop Murktide from being castable because it's so like if on turn 5, they have 2 cantrips and a fetch land. It's pretty trivial to put Murktide into play, even with a 1 or 2 cards in your graveyard at the beginning of that turn. So I've got Jack. I've been playing a little bit, not too much. I have 1 Hearse main in my most updated list still, which I'll show later.
We diverged.
Yeah, and then you've got Marcelo's got this like totally different thing going on that he's trying out, which is kind of interesting. But let's look at the challenge matches, and we'll go through and see if we can pick apart some plays. And so this round, this is all the rounds, and then this is round 1, game 1. This is Yoshiwada, so this is a Death and Taxes notable player.
Oh, okay. I didn't know, but the first few games are quite pointless. I don't think I've done anything really wrong or anything really right. It was just I didn't draw the right things and they drew the better things and kind of did what we did. Like I have 3 goblins right now, right? Second turn. And I think I'm going to have those 3 goblins until like turn 8 or something.
We could talk about wasting. I don't know if I like wasting the Caracas there, actually.
What am I doing?
I mean, you could just play the pile driver, but I guess you're thinking about turn 2 Stoneforge is the fear.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's fine. I just generally I think wasting Crocus is bad.
I agree. But
Also,
then again, I also have
I
special commons. Oh yeah, I that was the first mistake. Yeah, I should have played Caverns, but yeah.
yeah. Once you see 80 cards, you can assume DNT. Also, since you're in the challenge, I would look up who you're playing against on MTG Goldfish and just be like, okay, this person only plays Death and Taxes, so Cavern is my worst land. You could also lead on Wasteland. But yeah, exposing the red Sorcerer could definitely bite you unless you draw one right here.
Yes, I
which
think
do.
you do. Yeah.
But now,
Never
you know,
finished.
if they like Violent Mom, then you're sad. Okay.
Yeah, definitely a mistake. But yeah, it's just kind of things I think sometimes just don't even think about it, and then you're like, oh yeah, now I'm completely screwed. Like if I don't draw that mountain, but I'll just be screwed for the. Also, there are little things like the not wastelanding could lead me to have like if they don't wasteland as well, me having Violet 3 and 4 lands into
4
play
lands, right?
sooner. Yeah, for like Pashalik Mons. But then again, if I don't remove Caracas, especially it just bounces especially Mons, and this is annoying. So I drew Mountain into
Mountain.
then into Mountain.
Yep, 3 mountains. Yep.
Yeah. And this
I
is
kind
where
of
it starts.
I don't know if you're. I don't know. It's kind of close of whether or not you actually use the Gem Palm there because Pile Driver. It's like you're exchanging one of your premium removal spells for their worst creature, but I guess and like you're trading you're protecting the worst creature in the matchup.
There was two things. I wanted to draw a 3-drop, and I wanted to do it before they got Violet 3 as well, because Flicker Wisp. I know it's not a good target, like that card's not a good Flicker Wisp target, but having 2 3/1s in play is better than having just one if they don't. But yeah, I mostly just wanted to draw something better, but didn't. Also,
Skyclave Vial.
And the Skyclave, yeah. And then
Caracas, Caracas number 2. Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
So
why play out the Wasteland instead of the third mountain? Like you're gonna want to wasteland this Caracas, so you don't want them to be able to bounce Pashlik forever.
Yes, that is completely true.
I also don't really get this attack.
The attack is to pressure. I think the attack is right. I think I need to pressure them again because of blink. Because they blink.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, like they can Yorion in 2 turns if they put the Yorion in their hand this turn. But like, I don't know. Losing the Warsheaf kills your top decks a lot.
Yeah, it does. My opponents just always have Flicker Wisp, and I'm just like, I think I'm playing around it too much, maybe then.
Yeah. So Yorion goes to hand. Draw another land. Thalia.
Yeah, I thought about attacking to a 4 and a 2, and I'm like, yeah, if they have Talia, they cannot block Power Drivers, so I'm okay trading. I just losing my spirit. My spirit basically doesn't do anything.
Right.
I hear blocking was a consideration, but I don't have anything. I drew another land, so that's 4, 5, 6 now.
I have Solitude. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're good.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. You drew 4 spells.
Yeah. I didn't think about Solitude. I just thought about Violet 5 and Yorion.
I mean, I don't think you're ever beating Solitude this game. So I think attacking is totally fine.
Oh, thank you, Secret Money. I forgot that there's chat.
Yeah, it's Dan, by the way.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, and you drew another land. Cool. Very dead.
Yeah. Yeah. But still, yeah, you're right. Should have played a little bit tighter, because then if you do draw the right card,
right, exactly. All right, on the play, game 2. Yeah, this hand seems very good.
I'd say it seems keepable. Very good, I think, is a stretch. Because the whole thing.
Like, do they kill the Skirk?
Or play fail. Fable turn 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
And since they play Vile, what do I do?
Yeah, I would absolutely play Fable.
Yeah. Yeah, because I want the token, the treasure token.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
So you ditched a pile driver. Why is pile driver in your deck?
I don't have a lot of sideboard, I think, for this.
Mm.
I don't know. In the next, I think from the third match, I start showing my sideboard plan.
Okay, good.
But I think it's the one pile driver.
Okay, sure.
Something like that.
So you ditch
And
a
I
pile driver and a
discarded.
ringleader.
Yes, I think that I want more fodder for this Pyrokinesis. I want
Yeah.
a land to cast my ringleader. That Thalia is a bit annoying because I cannot attack, lose my token, play ringleader, and then cast Pyrokinesis. I could Fury. I don't want to use those cards just for that, so I don't even remember what I do. I think I just expert that.
I think you attack, get your treasure token, and then expert the Thalia. Would be my play.
I mean, I can keep the treasure token instead of.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, so the reason you attack first specifically because of this.
Okay, but if they were gonna do it, why wouldn't they?
Well, they wouldn't use the Solitude if the Thalia was still in play as a blocker.
Maybe. Yeah. Probably right. But yeah, right now I'm actually feeling quite decent. I'm like, okay, I just need to draw another land. More red cards mean that I have more cards to pitch as well. But then if they don't play anything,
draw a black card.
And I draw a black card. There you go. Yeah. Everything going my way. And
wow.
that Kiki, having summon sickness is so sad.
Yeah, I mean it'd be super broken if it didn't, but
it would be so good. So yeah, they had end of turn over there, and I'm like, can I beat a Caldra? Can I? And I actually think I can, especially if I miss a land drop.
Yeah, I think you just you pitch Fury and yeah.
And I'm very sad about pitching Fury.
For sure. Yeah. There's twin shot. Okay.
Another 4-drop, but yeah, I have to kill Mom.
Yeah, but if you'd I think just missing out on the treasure token, like if you had gotten to, you would have ringleadered into at least twin shot. You would ringleader into twin shot, Sling Gang.
Yeah.
And whatever next cards are. Oh, that's brutal. But if you had been able to, if you had been able to keep the Pyrokinesis, because presumably you'd pitch some other thing. You wouldn't pitch the Fury, or I guess you would have. Yeah, you would have Fury, or no, it was end of turn. So I guess it's kind of ends up the same.
I don't know if we can make all the assumptions that we're trying to. But yeah, I just failed to draw the land forever, and this is what turn 6.
This turn 6.
And this is after I kept a 2-lander, right? And I discarded 2 cards and drew 2 extra cards from Fable.
Yeah, that's a lot of missing a land drop for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, it's what happens sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, I think you're right that if I attack with the token and they don't Solitude, it gives me a better shot at winning for sure. But yeah, none of those things happen, and I'm like, okay, I'm 0-1. Just gonna play the rest of the the league for fun. The challenge.
Yeah, that's kind of rough. But I think the expert before getting your Fable token is what broke it, honestly.
Yeah, 100%. I think, if I'm going to attack either way.
Right.
All
right, round 2. 80 cards again. So presumably D&T could be Zenith. But I would I'd assume D&T.
And I look at my hand and I'm like, this is so just decent. It's not like
Right.
great. It's not too bad. It's just like I may not do anything,
Mm-hmm.
and it's your UNT again. I was thoroughly annoyed
Mm.
at this point, and it's like, what do you do? What the hell do you do now? Do you power?
I think you have to get
Do you
this
just
more chief in play.
yeah? Like, how are you winning the game if you don't, right?
Yeah, I think
If
you
it
just
doesn't stick.
like if you play war chief here and they don't have plow and they play like Stoneforge. Like the worst case scenario is they go like Solitude plus Stoneforge, but then you still have Twin Shot and you can like draw land. Like
Oh yeah, that would be terrible. Yeah, but drawing a land could be really good. I can like matron for power driver, sink for a punch, and maybe kill them.
well,
I have
if you draw a
Goblin
land
shards.
here, I think I would just hardcast the Twin Shot.
Oh yeah, there's that as well. Uh,
Okay, Chieftain.
I got lucky. I go for Chieftain because I plan on drawing a land next turn, killing a blocker, and forcing them to chump something. The chumping the lucky. That's
Oh, okay.
hopefully a 2/2 still next turn.
Yeah. Okay,
So
no, that makes sense.
yeah, yeah. I think War Chief could have been uh, a play as well. I don't think any of the other ones are
Yeah.
anything
Yep.
we should do. And that's saying a lot because like I'm just allowing them to have a Cauldron play, right?
Right, and a Vial. Ooh, Pashlik.
Yeah, but
Okay, so now you're kind of off plan.
yes. Now it's what do I do? Um, they have a mom active.
So if we assume, I
Playing a
mean,
matron. Playing a matron doesn't do anything.
yeah,
I'm I'm on the basis that okay, I need to kill them before they kill me.
right.
They didn't have a plow turn one. Let's hope that they don't have. I mean, they didn't have a chance to play one, but I'm assuming they don't have removal
Yeah.
and that they don't have 2 mana 3/2 or something. So I just want to attack with 2/3/3s, take them
Okay.
to 7, and try to kill them somehow soon enough. Because if I draw a land, I can matron for Sling
Right.
with 2 War Chiefs in play.
Right. Well, if last turn you'd played War Chief instead of Chieftain, then you could go, Matron for 1 mana, get Sling, play Lackey, and then you don't get to attack with Lackey. You only get him for 2, so maybe that is worse. Then they have another Stoneforge. Okay. Ite.
Yeah, and they definitely have the 4th land as well because that's like. There we go.
I mean, that's not even. It kills the Chieftain, but that's not the end of the world. Okay, you still don't draw land. Okay.
Yes, I kept Zoolander again, and yeah. So this is becoming a trend, and I'm like, okay, this is how this challenge is gonna be. It's fine.
Hold on. So if you what if you matron for Skirk there? Play matron Skirk, play Skirk, sack matron. Nah, you can't get Patchlick Mons and like use it. Nope. Nah,
No.
not really.
Can I?
Not really. I mean, you could sack.
I mean, I could suck a
Oh,
war chief and then suck the second war chief, or yeah, but I'm not doing any. Yeah,
right,
it's not doesn't look good. So yeah, I matron for Skirk, play Skirk. I declare Pashalik Mons on the
right.
stack,
Yeah.
and sacrifice. Yeah, sacrifice matron for it, and then I have to sacrifice war chief to ping mom,
Mm-hmm.
and then they protect it. I have to sacrifice war chief to ping mom in response, and then
Well, you could
it
just let
dies, and
you
I
could
have
just
to
you could just let Mom tap
not
and then
die.
just so you get damage in this turn.
Mm. Yeah.
I do think you probably would win this game if you drew a land, but just
Yeah,
any
probably.
land with two war chiefs.
Mm. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine. I like a challenge. So so we Goblins is always great. I don't know what you're talking about.
All
And
right. All right. I
and
like
then
this.
I'm like, okay, yeah, I have a hand. Okay, let's see if I draw more stuff. I just need more goblins now, not lands. And this is the one time that they actually, is this when they let Lucky Connects or the second one? They let Lucky Connect, and I'm like, oh man.
Oh man, this is like not even that good.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. But yeah, I just throw everything at it because I'm like,
Right.
screw it.
Yeah,
Let's
just
kill them.
be an aggro deck. Yeah.
Yeah, there's only one sweeper that they play, and it's 4 mana. And I
What's sweep?
completely
Wait, hold
forgot
on.
about it.
What's sweep? They're playing Cataclysm
Oh,
and they're Yorion Taxes
I'll
list.
let you find out. I'll
Ooh, that's a
let
good
you-
draw.
Yeah, how do you kill that though? This was quite interesting because if you use Fanatic, you don't add 1 pressure to the board.
Right. Yeah.
And yeah, if you use Munition Expert, you can actually add 2 points of pressure in the board.
Right.
And you can aim the 1 damage at different things next turn. So what do you do?
Well, the thing about using Expert is if they play Skyclave next turn, then you would just be able to go let that resolve and then kill the Skyclave, get a 3/3. But if you save the Fanatic, then you could Fanatic the Skyclave, the trigger on the stack. But
yeah, but then you don't get a 3/3.
Then you don't get a 3/3.
Yeah.
All right, let me edit deck list. So I think I would use the Fanatic here, even though it is less damage.
I don't.
Okay.
I'm just like, I want to get you.
Just turn sideways.
Also, with Skyclave, if I won my 3/3, I can sacrifice like Expert for a red, deal 1 damage, let them eat.
Oh,
mobs,
yeah,
and then
yeah, that's true.
sacrifice
That's true.
as well.
That's a funny draw.
But yeah. my draws this league are hilarious.
Wait.
But I can cast this.
Shouldn't you?
Ping it?
Yeah.
Okay, I ping it. They go to 13. I take them to 10 -3, 7.
Like if you, but I mean, if you activate Pashlik, like you, sack Expert for our mana and then activate sacking a lackey. That's 2 damage to go to 12, or it's 1 damage at their face, 1 at the recruiter. They go to 13, and they take 5. They go to 8, and then you have when your board essentially stays the same. Versus if they block Pashlik here, well, they block they block Skirk presumably. They just block Skirk here, and then you like have to sack a thing anyway.
Yeah, if they block Skirk, I think I lose a damage because then I have to do the play that you just said.
Yeah, and the blocking Skirk is like definitely the correct block.
Yes, but I don't think
okay, they just don't block anything, sure. That doesn't make any sense, but okay. Why are we doing this now?
Because they're dead.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, so they just put themselves dead to no information. Okay, sure.
So I think that this is why I attacked.
Yeah. Sure. Got him.
Yeah.
All right, well, perfectly played. Game 3.
Yes. Yeah, if it works, it was the right play, right?
That's what Magic players are known to say.
And game 3, and you look at that hand, and you're like, "Ah, oh, so close."
All right, hold on. Let's look at this again.
But these are the things that kept happening
throughout
not only this league, but throughout a bit more. It's like the lack of 1-drops or 0 mana removal. And
right.
It's like, I cannot keep.
It is kind of funny that like how many hands, if you don't have a free spell in them, you're just happy if you have Mons Goblins Raiders in your hands in your opener. It's a keepable hand, which is really funny because you literally just need to do something on turn 1. Just doesn't like just do anything.
Pretty much. But yeah, that's what led me to changing the deck a bit.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I draw loads of 1-drops in there.
That sounds nice. Mog Fanatic, the Mother of Runes. It's 1999.
So they play Mom, and I'm like, oh damn it, I cannot play this Vio. And then they play Mom again, and I'm like, oh god, I cannot play Vio again.
Yeah, these Vials are really sad.
And this is quite interesting as well. What do you play? There were some tough choices already, you know.
Yeah, that's a tough call. I think I fetch Swamp and Expert it.
I think that's what I did.
I think that's correct. Because, the logic being, yes, if they have Plow and you're sad, and if they then follow up with Stoneforge, but if you twin shot it, then like unless you draw specifically another 1-drop goblin, then you're sad anyway, so.
Yes. I'm sad to Stoneforge unless there's
Oh, you used twin shot. Okay.
Why did I use twin shot? Fuck. I think that was wrong. I really think that was wrong. Oh damn, Jesus, no, yeah.
Yeah.
I think 100% that was not correct. I hate watching myself play.
Third Mom. I also think there's a reasonable argument that you're supposed to just jam the War Chief that turn, actually.
Instead of playing both Vials.
Yeah.
I guess, yes, there was an argument. I think I still prefer the 2 Vials.
I guess at this point you've been playing around removal. Like if you played around removal with the twin shot instead of using Expert, then it sort of makes sense to continue playing that way.
And imagine keeping 2 Vials and not playing them until turn 4.
Yeah. Oh, and they didn't have the removal. That's really funny.
And they didn't, yes. But now at least I have a couple of Vials to bluff like a 1-drop.
Yep.
And that Swamp comes to bite me now.
Right.
Because I put 2 Vials.
Right. Yeah. You draw a Lackey. Oh, it's so
of course I draw the Lackey. My draws are amazing. But I still think it's correct to bring them to 2. Because I really want at least one of them at 3. And if they have a Skyclave and get rid of my 2-1, and I have to wait another turn to get to 3.
Yeah.
I think it's correct.
I don't know.
So I think
looking back, fetching the Swamp, it might just be worse than getting a second Badlands. Like, here?
Yeah, maybe.
Because getting like if you have 2 Badlands here.
Or then getting a mountain, to be honest. At that time, I could have gotten a mountain and just not play my Expert until I could either drive them in or until I decide to play the Badlands and play the Expert at the same turn.
Yeah, I think Swamp is actually a trap there. In retrospect. Yeah. Okay, so we're back here. They're porting you. But we got 2 Vials on 3, which is pretty good.
I'm feeling good about this game now.
Yeah. Oh, you draw a second Matron? Hell yeah.
And I'm like, too many options now. I probably make something suboptimal, but I don't know what to do, to be honest. I'm like, also, I'd have to play around Containment Priest.
Right, this is the fact that they don't play anything here is like just super sus.
Yeah.
Alright, so this Priest.
There's nothing to do, and I have to bring removal for it. I have to, and it has to be Expert.
Expert, yeah.
And now I'm happy I have the Swamp. Because if that was a mountain, I would be very annoyed.
Yeah, but if it was a Badlands, this Lackey would be in play.
But yes. But maybe they would have and they go for the port first before my Vials for some reason. I don't understand.
So do they have Solitude here?
No, they don't. I don't understand that Plow at all.
Yeah, that Plow is really strange.
Yeah, I'd say really it's like just using the mana. No, it's bad.
Okay,
And what do
upkeep.
I go for?
Okay, all right, upkeep Violin, the War Chief, and then tick up. That makes sense.
Yeah, my plan is to get a 4-drop and get Vio to 5, and then use the other matron to get Muxus.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
So I'm always using all Vios.
I don't get not. I mean, I guess it's 1 damage. It probably doesn't matter, but you could matron
already. Yes. I don't know exactly when I'm supposed to do that, especially to play around maybe a second Containment Priest.
There's no way I'm ever playing around 2 Containment Priests, to be honest.
Yeah. And I just don't do it before, like the 1 damage, because I think we're in a point that the damage don't matter anymore. And I want to be flexible with my matron. If they do play something,
right.
I want to, maybe I have to answer this, and then I do.
This is kind of weird. I think you're supposed to leave the vial on 3. You tick up 1 up to 5, and you leave the vial on 3, and then you see if you draw a land. Because if you draw a land, you can just matron for Pashlik and kill them.
Yeah, matron for Pashlik seems great, doesn't it?
You do draw the land. Well, the land would have been different conceivably, but okay, they're at 10.
And now they play
Cataclysm. Yeah. Okay. Not the best Cataclysm though. Like
no, it's terrible. I think they die next turn.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
But yeah, so I could have matroned for Mons and just play Mons.
Yeah, they just die.
Probably just dead. Yeah, exactly.
Why just? Oh, okay, never mind. I thought you got rid of the. I thought you got rid of the mountain instead of the swamp. Okay, and then they had Solitude. Sure. They have 1 card in hand.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they pitched the Orion.
Pitched? Oh yes, I imagine so.
Cataclysm, pass, die. Ooh, War Chief.
Yeah. But yeah, the Pashalik Mons line was definitely correct.
Yeah.
I have no need to use my matron upkeep.
Okay. All right. 1-1. All right. Round 3, game 1. I play bad decks.
1 minute 46.
This is.
Or is that?
Some goofy combo deck. I'm assuming.
I'm like, okay, I got a turn 3 Q. Okay, I don't have a Q anymore.
Oh, is this a Turbo Depths? Is this a Rainbow Depths?
Yes.
Yeah, wow, okay. Like playing around Stifle there. Okay, they didn't have Stifle. I guess they're probably just saving Stifle for a Wasteland.
I did not think about Stifle at all, so...
All right.
Always, Vio comes to 2 and you draw the Lackey.
The Lackey, that would have been really good, yeah. But you definitely just play Fable here, because you just want draws at Wasteland.
Yes. And I just want to kill them as well. I think
right.
It's like the same amount of pressure, because I can violate the Expert and I can cast the Sling.
Assuming oh wow, you didn't die to crop rotation there. That's lucky.
No, that's
that's really lucky. Beseiju. Wow, that's good for you. That's so good for you.
I know. It's like I didn't loot, right? Yeah, so they're really hoping that they draw their thing instead before I draw my Wasteland and before I kill them.
Yeah.
Which is just not gonna happen for them.
Right. And they're just exactly dead here. Well, one more than exact. So you can actually beat Stifle. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but they're still dead, so.
Yeah, it's extremely lucky. I mean, I think kept, I don't know, maybe a debatable hand.
Yeah, they only had 1/2 the combo, never drew. I don't know. There's a lot of turns where they could have drawn the combo, but.
Yeah.
All right.
1 combo piece and a top piece.
So.
And now I started showing the sideboard. So okay.
So shave on some. So Expert, Jump Home, Fanatic, Ringleader, 2 hearses.
Yeah, a bit of card advantage and a bit of removal. I still want the removal to kill a Plague Engineer, and because they probably play the X Mage, they 100% play X Mage as well, right?
Right. Yeah. I don't think they play engineer.
Oh, maybe. You probably know
I
much better
think
than
I
I do.
would. I think Chalice is decent against this version of Depths because
Hmm.
Stifle is one of their main forms of protection, and
Mm-hmm.
then you're also cutting off crop rotation, which is both protection and enabler.
Mm.
So I think Chalice is actually pretty decent in this matchup. Um,
Yeah, I can definitely see it bringing in.
plus all like the discard spells. And I like Fnatic for in case they're. I don't know if they play Bob or not. They might play Bob, and Fnatic's nice against Bob. Plus, just one drop, as we've talked about, just having a one drop is really nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see siding out some more expensive stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that mulligan. I disagree boarding into Surgical. I think Surgical's almost always a trap against depth decks. Especially the discard ones. Like it's so unlikely to actually win the game.
With extracting the
Dark
dark
depths.
depths
Yeah.
or the stage.
Yeah. And like they discard they use discard spells so often that a Surgical that's known about is just like never going to do anything. It's just like literally a mulligan.
Yeah, I do think the Chalice is much better. But then I draw
Ooh.
Lucky like a boss, and I'm like, okay, this tournament is turning around.
Thoughtseize bug.
Yeah, Thoughtseize bug.
Oh, and you draw
Just put
Sling
it on
Egg
top of
too? Holy shit.
So I have a turn 3 kill through a Thoughtseize.
Wow.
Yeah.
Filthy lucker.
Some good draws here. They didn't even let me attack. So there we go. That was 2 minutes of gameplay in there.
Yeah. But like if your Surgical was like, any other card, it would be just better.
Yes,
yes. Oh yeah. Surgical's good against lands because they play Life from the Loam. Like, but against depths, they have no graveyard stuff really.
Yeah, I think I should only bring the Surgical if you literally don't have anything else to bring.
Yeah.
Because as you mentioned, I think Chalice would have been better.
Mm-hmm.
Even like if I have a 1, 2, 3 hand and I'm not gonna play Chalice, I just put it at 0. They play Petals as well.
Right.
So
yeah.
It's I do think it's a better card to bring in against that version of Depths.
Yeah. And also Chalice on 1, that version might not play Reclaimers, but a lot of them do. And so shutting off mid-game Reclaimers can really save you. And yeah, they do have answers to Chalice with like Beseiju, and they might board in Force of Vigor if they think you're playing Blood Moon. But generally you're happy with that exchange. It's 2 mana for 2 mana and you go up a land. And a big dynamic of the Depths matchup is often like you have to hold up Wastelands, and so you have to slow down your own development. But if you're getting Beseju'd, it's much easier to ignore that. All right, round 4. Game 1. Opponent's on 61 as well. So 61 kind of communicates. I think the most common deck to play 61 is actually Oopsal spells. Because they often play 61 to fit Memory's Journey, which gives them a kind of a boost to resiliency. Because because to beat endurance, if they have a green floating after they combo, or if they have a Elvish Spirit Guide in hand, they can Memory's Journey, put Lotus Petal, Thassa's Oracle on top of their deck, and they'll win in 3 turns if you give them 3 turns. So it's a good way to beat kind of really heavy graveyard, like endurance, or kind of Tormod's Crypt, or these kinds of effects. It doesn't work against Lightline, obviously, but let's see if I'm right.
That makes a lot of sense. I don't think I noticed that they had 61 cards.
You gotta look at your opponent's deck sizes more. Oh, is it the mirror? Is the mirror? Oh my god.
Yeah. And I looked at this hand, I'm like, okay, I love this kind of hands. I just need to draw voice.
Yeah, just draw, yeah.
They go for Vile, and I'm like, okay, do I Wasteland now, or do I try to go to 4 lands?
Ooh, that's kind of tough.
It's hard, no?
Yeah. Thank you, Annie.
Cast this as fast as you can.
Ooh, okay, you drill the matron. Yeah.
Yes, I decided not to because I'm feeling that I can lose this game if they go like War Chief into another power driver or something like that. I do not want to cast Matron already because I'm not exactly sure what I want to Matron for, and I'm not under a lot of pressure.
Yep.
And I'd rather have one more draw step and Violet 3 and Violet 2.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
This is only bad if they have Crater Maker, but even then, it's not.
Yeah, since you have 2 vials, it's like not that bad. And this Mog Fanatic, so good. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, this is gonna be kind of interesting. Okay, the Wasteland View.
Yeah, Goblin Mirrors is either very boring. It's like lucky. Oh, I don't have an answer.
Die. Yeah.
Or it can be quite cool if both players have like vials and are fighting for these things. But
this is an interesting question of. So I feel like the level 1 play is block pile driver, shoot lackey. That's like fairly reasonable.
And you're thinking
block lackey, shoot prospector, and then because you can present blockers for the lackey for like the rest of the game.
I can even kill lackey next turn. Yeah.
Right, if you really have to. Yeah, so I think I would take the damage off the pile driver and take the skirk out.
Yeah, I don't think that skirk's doing anything with 1 mana. But yeah, maybe because now I don't. Yeah. Now it's completely fine. Like I'm not scared of anything, and if Lackey is there,
it does force the action on the matron to mid combat instead of end step, so that's fair. I like.
Here I do the.
This is a good
classic Eli play.
This is a good matron for matron.
Isn't it? Feels so good when matron for matron is good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's the best.
Advance my board state, still have the same amount of cards.
I think that's a free attack right there.
From me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not going to double block.
Yeah.
If they block, they might block the pile driver, but I think chances are you just get in 2 free damage and then you sack matron and blow up their file.
Yes. I think you're right. I don't think there's anything I need to be playing around here. Yeah. Because I'm going to destroy this vial either way.
Right.
So matron's going to have to go. Yeah. You're definitely right. I could have attacked.
Ooh.
And now?
It's just. Wait, this play doesn't really make sense on their end because they know you have another matron.
Do they?
Yeah, you matron for matron.
Yes, matron for matron. Yeah, of course.
Just get jump home. Yeah.
Matron for matron, so great.
Yeah.
And then gem pump, and this is like the playing with goblins where your cards never stop coming because you're matron for gem pump. You get, it just feels so good.
Yeah.
And then managed violin
twin shot is so good.
So that allows me the other votes stay at 3, and I'm like, okay, I'm never losing this game.
Yep. War Chief, sure, can't attack into the 3/4.
3/4.
Upkeep. Yep. So if you only hit pile driver, it's kind of sad, but I draw War Chief. Okay, cool. It's kind of funny. I think of like a bad Muxus flip. You're like, oh man, I'm looking for like a certain card. It's like a Scry 6 for a specific goblin.
Yes. To do it every time, like I'm sad about my Muxus flips, I'm still winning the game, and I'm like, okay, I shouldn't be sad about this. I just wanted to like showboat more.
Right. It's just let me win by a lot, but this counts as winning by a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, they actually did here. They have to block both things.
I don't think I counted.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. They were at 14. So they go to 3 and have no board. So yeah, they're drawing dead there.
Yeah.
All right. Cut 2 drivers. Cut 2 hearses. Board in the Kinesis and the Fury, presumably.
Yeah, so that's 3. What's the? I brought in opposition agent.
Oh, opposition agent is so fucked up in the mirror. It's so just messed up.
I would feel bad for casting one.
Yeah. I've done it, and it's just like, yeah, you can decline your matron, but you're just so dead inside.
Look at this hand, my friend.
Mm.
It's like, it's great, but I can cast one card.
You can cast
from
one
it.
spell.
But I'm like, screw it. This is great.
Just really hope my opponent doesn't play Aether Vial. I do.
Even
So,
lucky.
yeah.
I don't want any one drops
Right.
because I don't want to take Fury.
Yeah. If your opponent does go turn 1 Lackey, do you think you would Fury it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, you have. After Muxus, you have to.
Yeah, usually.
Before Muxus, I was usually.
Oh,
okay,
Vial. That's bad. All right. I think you're supposed to lead on Tomb here.
I don't know. I think that resolving that Fable is more important.
Yeah. So if you draw a mountain, you can just play Fable on turn 2.
Oh yeah, but I'm completely thinking I'm gonna be wastelanded.
Well,
but maybe I think your point is very defensible as well. Maybe right. I think I'm just planning for the worst too much.
Yeah. Yeah. Landau, thanks for the follow. I think this kind of hand is exactly why my latest build is actually playing 3 Caverns, because this deck is hilariously bad at consistently casting non-creature red spells in our almost mono red deck. Like, it's just it's like there's like 13 red sources that actually cast Fable, and it's like this is dicey. And so I'm moving up on hey, there's Wasteland.
There we go. There's the Wasteland.
And now this
now I have no,
I guess, like, I mean, if you draw a mountain, then
if I
okay.
There we go. See, it all plays out perfectly. Like, I don't know if it's correct, but
it's a little dicey. It's a little dicey.
I mean, that hand was dicey.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Yeah. Only don't have a 2-drop either. Okay.
Yes.
War Chief. Okay. This is where Pyrokinesis is so much better.
Yeah, so Pyrokinesis would have been great.
Oh, my camera died. Hold on.
Wait, what?
My camera died, apparently.
But yeah, even just with Fury, quote unquote, it's like I'm completely fine in this game still.
Yeah.
Especially if I draw 2 more red sources.
All right.
I mean, 1 more red source, right? Because I have 4 mana already.
You get a Rummage, discard Lackey, Expert. Okay.
Yes, I discard Expert. I think I have enough removal, but I don't have enough colored mana sources.
Yep. I think that's pretty reasonable. That's a good draw.
And I save the Fury because I think it's going to be better. Especially because I can hardcast it next turn.
So this block.
I block.
And they whoa.
No, but they
okay.
do have.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's reasonable.
But I think I'm always blocking there. I think I'm okay trading that for like a Gem Bomb, for instance.
Well, they could have Trash Master there. Yeah. That's what I thought was going to happen.
Oh, okay.
But like, I think that's fine. You're at 11 and you're tapping Ancient Tomb a lot of times. I think you have to just like not take free damage. This Fury is really good.
Oh, there is that as well, yeah. That Fury with Kiki Jiki.
Yeah, that's a little fucked up.
And now Slinging with Kiki Jiki.
Yeah, so, I mean, they have a Vial on 5 and 5 lands, so it kind of feels like they have Muxus in hand.
Kind of does, doesn't it?
Can you do anything about that? You don't have a Crater Maker, so no?
No, I can't.
That's kind of sad.
But I can play I can play this. I can steal Wasteland as well. I don't know if I do.
Wait, are they? Hold on. If you could just copied Fury and attack for 12.
3.
No, they're not dead.
No.
Not dead.
Yeah. 4. Yeah. No. 2 life left. And I Wasteland because I think this game's not going to take more than 1 turn after this.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think that hindering their mana is better than
on this 1 critical turn. Oh, they didn't have Muxus. Cool.
They did not, yeah. I even think they would have to be very lucky with the Muxus because
yeah, you can copy a thing. You can copy Fury in response to fizzle a lot of stuff, and yeah. All right.
And my turn I could play Pashalik Mons and copy Sling as well.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, where do we go to?
This is round 5, game 1.
Round 5.
All right, I like this.
I love this, yes. But yeah, all these hens, I'm just missing a port. It's all right.
Yep.
Or for trade, because I think why not? I'm gonna.
I mean, they're just not blocking. I think is.
Yeah, I play my Cavern already as well.
Because you're gonna play Tomb next turn.
I don't. Yes, because that leads to that's what I thought in there. But
I think I'd play the Tomb then.
Didn't want this. I also didn't want my to be countered.
I think. I really doubt they're gonna force of will Mock Fanatic. And if they do, I think you're probably happy.
Maybe I wouldn't be sad, yeah.
Because that's either trading with another Delver, a Murktide, or a Cantrip. So which is any of those other cards if they want it to be. And
so yeah,
the tomb has the lower lifespan, like the lowest long-term value, because you can only tap it like once or twice before it murders yourself. So yeah, I think you just play the tomb there.
I agree with you here as well. Yeah.
Oh, they just whiff.
Less value. Yeah. And what do? Do I just
nothing?
Play this and pressure them because I do nothing.
Okay, so they drew the land. Okay.
Because again, like a port or waste would have been great.
Yeah, port would be, if that tomb was a port, it'd be really good.
I'm just finning here as well. I'm just like
yeah. I think that's fine.
Fuck it.
Hardcast Twin Shot. Sure.
Yes. Twin Shot just makes me happy.
You've not drawn a spell yet, which is a problem. Double Dorsey. Ponder.
I think this is a good turn for them, right?
Yeah, a little bit of a good turn. Okay.
Let's get my hearse or something. No.
Okay.
So I decide to go for Ancient Tomb because I think it's correct just to use my mana more efficiently, even though I'm going 16. 16 is not a multiple of 3, so I'm not really taking a turn off their clock.
So if you're at 18, or hold on, yeah, if you're at 18, they attack you for 6, down to 12, and then presumably they cast a Murktide next turn, and it's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's an 8/8.
I think I need my mana more than anything, and I think I need this ringleader to be very good.
Yeah.
So
but why not?
I stand by.
Why not ringleader and then, like, if you draw a 1-drop, you're gonna want the second cavern.
Maybe.
Because I don't think, even if you ringleader into like a 2-drop here.
Yeah, an expert.
Are you actually gonna cast it?
Cavern out an expert.
Yeah.
Let's see what I ringleader into. But god damn it, maybe you're right again.
Draw lucky.
Yes, because mine.
Troll ringleader.
And yeah, this is part of the things like hearse. Where are you?
Yeah.
When I need you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Hey, there it is.
There it is. And I think I can actually cut them off some. But I don't remember. And I didn't pop up the graveyard, so I won't know. But
I think eating both Delvers should cut Delirium. Well, unless they mill another creature. Okay, Bolt Twin Shot, iteration. Oh, okay, so you couldn't do it, apparently?
No. Yeah. If I popped it up, they definitely milled something.
Delver, oh, they milled a 3rd channeler. Okay. Oh, then it bolt you again. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, cool.
The main deck true name is like kind of weird, but other than that, this looks like very stock Delver.
And I'm like, okay, let's go against the big bad.
Yep.
Losing the first game, even though the hearse is there. So on the play, we are there with the 3 blast and 2 edicts.
You cut the fables.
Yeah, so this is what I want to talk to you, because I just done something completely different from what you do, right?
Yeah, I think
And
Fable kind of replaces Ringleader in the Delver matchup because Ringleader is too slow and too inconsistent in the post-board games because you have to cut so many goblins to fit your necessary sideboard cards.
yeah,
And
I have
and Ringleader doesn't find any of them.
goblins, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, and
26 or
if Ringleader
25.
can't find any like of the relevant sideboard cards, like why is it even there? Because I think conceptually this matchup's closer to playing against Sneak and Show than it is against it's like playing against Sneak and Show before Muxus, because it's not like we're not abusing a symmetrical thing. But I mean it's like Sneak and Show in the sense of you're trying to be a beatdown deck that cares a little bit about card advantage, because there are like Sneak and Show always had a like Pyroclasm or whatever that you had to be concerned about, but the primary plan is beatdown, and you really want your cyber cards.
Yeah, I agree 100%. After you mentioned the keeping fables in and taking out ringleaders, I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually.
Sounds great.
And then nowadays with against blue red, we're just jamming everything, so it's not like there's not much playing around days anymore. There's not the nuance. So having like a 3-mana enchantment is not like you're not ever going to resolve it, because you're casting your things on curve.
Right.
Every time.
Right. Delver blind Fips to bolt, as is tradition.
Yeah, against Lackey. It's all good.
I mean, you got a second Lackey, so you can't really complain.
You think they're...
Oh, they have double bolt?
They don't have removal.
Oh, bolt Tarfire. Wow.
Tarfire.
Wow.
And I'm like, no, Tarfire, what you're doing, you're betraying me. But I got a second mate. I'm feeling good about this game so far still.
Yeah, you just need to fade Murktide.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Murktide. Yeah, it's turn 3. They had 2 removal spells, a Delver, and turn 3, 6/6. Cool. Very fair deck. Draw Sudden Edict, please. Or Pyroblast. Okay, not that.
Cavern is not bad.
Cavern's not bad.
It's really good, to be honest.
So
yeah, what's the play there?
Okay, so they only have 2 cards.
Yes.
I want to get a Pile Driver.
Oh my. You, sir, have balls.
Because you go Matron, Pile Driver, Expert the Delver. They attack you for 6 down to 8. And then Matron's Sling Gang should kill them next turn, because you'd be attacking for 7. They go down to 10. And then you're 4. Okay, you're 3 points short, but then you're still very likely to win the race.
Yeah, but I may just die to boat. Or a second couple of cantrips and a second Merc died. Or a blocker.
Well, if DRC, I mean, it would DRC, and which would probably just chump the Pile Driver. They probably don't get Delirium that.
Yeah, but I think that leaving that Murktide is wrong.
You're gonna try. Oh, you're killing Murktide this turn.
I'm killing Murktide this turn.
Oh, I see. You're doing Matron, Expert, and then double Expert the Murktide.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking here with them with 2 cards in hand, 3 in their turn, and just a Delver. I'm going to 11. It's fine. I'm going to have 3 creature in play and still a Matron in my hand with 2 vials. I think I'm advantageous in the longer game if that Murktide dies.
Actually, I wonder if Chieftain might be better than Chieftain's actually definitely better than Pile Driver. I think Matron, Chieftain, Expert the Delver. Because then you're insulated from the festivities, and then you Matron Sling Gang, and that like definitely kills them. Yeah, but
I go for killing the.
Yeah, which I think is okay. And the second Matron can always get like Twin Shot maybe, and that would maybe be a blowout on the next turn if they play like a DRC or something. Kill the DRC, eat the Delver. Yeah, the problem with extending the game is exactly this: is iteration.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is true. But I'm still banking on my lucky ringleader.
Mm.
That
Oh, you're going for ringleader? That's ballsy.
I think so. I don't remember. Let's see what I draw. Because I think, yeah, you 100% draw first, right? Yeah, you go
Yeah.
3, 4, and you draw your card.
Okay, Hearst is not bad.
Come on, it's like, where were you?
Yeah.
Or,
yeah. Oh, you draw this thing, gang.
yeah.
But you bought him two really good cards.
Yeah, but I think it's complete. Like my theory with running ringleader and few goblins is like, it's fine because the 1 or 2 goblins that you get are actually the ones that you want if you
Sure.
get them. So like, all I wanted was 1 extra 2/2 in play and a sling gang in my hand. Okay, that's good enough for me, you know.
Right. Yeah. And then you can
And I
just
think
crew
this
and
is
kill them. Yeah.
yeah. This is lethal.
But I do think so. But I think my plan there, like my overall approach against Delver, is like attack, life total is the thing that matters from the get-go. Removal only matters if it's super convenient.
Yes, I agree with that plan as well.
All right.
I just think it's harder to do if they have a Murktide in play already.
Yeah, but I think it's just, I don't know. I think you did have a pretty good shot of racing the Murktide with a Chieftain or a Pile Driver.
Yeah, 100% did. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so I stake out a couple of Luckies and you have Fury in the main. And I think I bring in a Pyrokinesis as well in this one.
Looks like it, yeah.
Reason.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. I feel like the pitch cards, they're better on the draw.
Yes, well, you have more cards and
right, exactly.
They go on more
Right.
faster.
Oh, right, you are on the draw. Duh. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes. It's what happens when you win the game.
I wouldn't know.
But yeah. And
okay.
Hand is good. I'm just, as I told you, like, I'm just jamming shit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
There you go, the swamp again is, like, fantastic.
Yeah, this is very good. Yeah, nice wasteland.
Yes.
nice wasteland, idiot.
Right? 2 mountains, swamp, matron. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling good. Go for expert because I have the ringleader in hand. I have Fury in hand. I think I lose if I misuse my removal spells, or if I bank. I think in a game like this, if I bank on like Power Driver, because I don't have anything else going on, they just kill the Power Driver and I'm not doing anything. So I go in for I'm gonna kill everything and do chip damage.
Yeah, it just stops working as soon as they play a Murktide, but
yeah, we're dead.
Yeah, that kind of sucks too, but
because they didn't
daze
they didn't daze. Previous place.
Yes. Oh, that's so gutsy. I kind of like it.
Expert and they didn't daze matron.
Yeah.
And if I play Cavern right now for ringleader, they're gonna wasteland Cavern, and all I'm gonna have next turn is I have to play that Fury. It's like I don't know. It doesn't seem good.
I mean, what if you just go like Fury, pitch, expert, or jump palm, Cavern ringleader?
Boring.
I do appreciate the balls on hardcasting that Fury right there. That is bold. Okay. All right. Okay, that's decent draw. Draw 1 card. Bottom Pyrokinesis. Sure.
Yes. It's what this ringleader is doing consistently against Delvers in my.
Yep. Okay.
So now is I think I like your play here much better than I like mine.
Right, I remember.
If you remember
I do, yeah. So I think it was is it the cantrip last turn? So they went iteration, bolt, and then you played ringleader.
Yeah. And they haven't cantrip, no.
Delver, DRC. Okay, so they have not cantripped.
This is such a hard turn.
So if we go...
If you look at my clock, I think I spent like 3 or 4 minutes.
So you attack first. I don't think they're going to block. And if they do, it's good for you because then you just expert before damage. And then if they bolt the ringleader, then you can just expert again. Just fine.
Yes, I agree. Completely fine. Yeah, both of the creatures are going to be left with 2 experts. They have 1 card in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do attack, but they don't block.
Right.
And
I really want to develop this pile driver. So I think I play pile driver off of the basics. Because if they force full, then they have 0 cards, and we're fine.
Yeah. And Power Driver is the most important card in this. And because everything else is,
Right. Okay, so they... Yeah. Okay, so what you want to do is expert. You want to kill...
Yes, but then I don't. Which is very...
Yeah, that's weird.
I let the brainstorm resolve, and the second I let brainstorm resolve, I'm like, oh no, I fucked it up. Because the plan was to...
this is bad.
I just fuck it up, and I'm like, okay, I tapped wrong. I'm gonna just kill the DRC, and I'm never punished because,
right.
Just draw more removal.
Yeah.
And more lands. So everything worked out fine. But yeah, 100%. I like playing the power driver first, as you said, and even if I pass the turn, once they brainstorm, it's like, yes, cast expert with the basics, and then cast expert with the covering, and win the game. But yeah, it turned out luckily that mistake didn't matter. I had just too much removal.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still a game going on.
So this ringleader drew a pile driver, but other than that, like, Fable would definitely have been better this game. Like, these 2 vials would be 2 good cards.
And Kiki Jiki is a good card as well.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think your sideboard plan is better. So.
Okay.
And guess what I can do here?
Do you just jam into Daze? Fucking maniac. There's no reason to do that.
Let's just finish this.
There's no reason to do that. Oh my god.
This is 0, right?
Psychopathic.
I have no idea why.
Oh my god, like dude. Could have given me a heart attack.
That was game 3.
That was game 3, yeah. Jesus Christ. Well, I do think that game was like a decent indicator of like how jamming into Daze makes life a lot easier.
Oh, yes.
Like the Fury killing the DRC and eating the Bolt is just so clean, and didn't get dazed, so you came out hugely ahead. And
well, that one I still 100% behind. Like this last one was terrible. Yes.
Yeah. It's like when you're in a tight game, I think jamming into Daze is a lot better when and when life total matters and that sort of thing. In a situation like that where you're already winning by a lot and you already have vials sticking up, you just need to draw a land to play around Daze. You have a sudden Edict for Murktide. Like, you don't need the game to end that turn by any stretch. No. You can give it 2 or 3 more turns.
I know. But
gotta have style. All right, on the play, round 6. So this is actually your winning in, but you don't know that.
Yes, no idea. And I'm like, I played the cover. I don't know.
Yeah, this is the stressful thing about Ancient Tomb, is that if you want to play a turn 2 matron, you have to lead on a dual land.
Yes.
Because if you go like turn 1 like Mountain and then into Tomb, and then they daze your matron and you stare at the Cavern Souls in your hand, you're just like, I'm so dumb. But like, it's really hard to make that play blind.
Yes, and also I don't want to start with the Tomb here because if they play just like Delver or DRC, I want to expert.
Yeah, no, I think playing Cavern first is pretty reasonable here.
Yeah. But
Okay.
his hand is kind of weird. And this game is very silly.
All right. Oh, you
What do I do?
wasteland them? I hate that. I hate that a lot.
No. Look at them. They don't do anything.
I would cavern. You got to save the wasteland for a saga. I would major for Trashmaster immediately.
That sounds. I'm 100% that they're gonna play the Turtle next turn.
Okay.
From not cracking that bubble as well. Even in my
turn.
They
play Thoughtcast and like they didn't have enough mana to Thoughtcast out that turn. They play Thought Monitor. They have a lot of reasons to not play it or not crack the bubble. They don't have a
yeah.
Like
I was like, no, it has to be Turtle.
Okay, they just okay. They still have a land. Sure.
And now I go for the Trashmaster. See, much better situation.
Yeah,
I'm wondering what is in their hand then. What is in their hand that they can cast? Is like a Psy?
Yeah,
Does
Psy.
that make sense?
It can't be Emery. Could be Thought Monitor. Could be Kappa. Could be Force of Wills. Draw a second Cavern.
Right. It has to be something proactive because they're not breaking that bubble. I know that the bubble is
yeah, not cracking the bubble is yeah.
So I'm assuming they don't have other 0-mana artifacts as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, their hand just has to be expensive affinity stuff. Now they crack it. Okay. And now as soon as they play an artifact, you can shatter the Mox Opal.
Yeah, I can just wait. Like, I'm only punished by Seed of Xenoid, but I don't think I'm losing any game at this point, so I don't.
Yep. All right, well, you caught him lacking with the Wasteland.
And now this sideboard, it's quite interesting. It's like the taking out the Vial strat.
Yeah, Lackey on the draw, Vial on the play kind of thing. Or you do it opposite of what I do. I think Lackey's like 0% to connect when you're on the draw.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 4 Pyroblast effects and 3 Pyrokinesis effects.
Yeah, but what if they just for me in my experience they're either going if you're on the draw and they say imagine like if they just don't do anything on turn 1, which is not a given, but let's say that they don't. And then turn 2 your turn 1 you play Lackey. Turn 2 they go Psy 0-mana artifact. Like
yeah, I know that Lackey's not doing
but
much.
Like that's so much of what the deck is. Or if they go turn 1 Saga, turn 2 Ancient Tomb. Or land plus Opal or whatever. Like it's so easy for them to brick Lackey on the draw. I think it's a lot worse. And also another reason I think Vial is better on the draw than Lackey is you often have to wasteland and port them more aggressively to keep Saga under control, and it's hard to do that while being on the draw if you don't have a Vial in play.
That also makes a lot of sense. My only arguments is like midway through the game, Lucky's better, and it's also red.
That's true. I mean, red card count is a real problem.
And actually, cards that do stuff, right?
Yeah. I used to think that the Vial problem was like it'd get Pithing Needled, but now I'm kind of realizing that you need them to Pithing Needle anything that's not Trashmaster. So actually presenting bait for Pithing Needle is good.
It's fine, yeah, it's completely fine. I agree.
So I would swap Lackey Survivals on the draw here, and then I like keeping in 1 hearse so that you never have to
worry about it.
Yeah, you don't have to care about Emery ever, and then sometimes the giant creature means you can block constructs and stuff, or sometimes get to attacking with it isn't as relevant because they usually have side tokens or Retrofitter Foundry to chump block, but getting
I think that's fine. What are we sideboarding out then?
So I'm trying to think what I do differently here. Fnatic makes sense. Ringleader.
Yeah, I keep the 1 ringleader. Maybe I don't have to keep the 1 ringleader.
Oh, I think I don't board in all the Kinesis effects. I've found them increasingly mediocre. It was a lot better against the older versions of the deck.
Yeah, it's 100% it is. I haven't played enough to.
Yeah, I think of all the matchups, this is like the one where I'm least comfortable sideboarding. Like I'm just not quite sure.
Oh, I also bring in the Magus. You bring in Magus.
Yes, I bring in Magus. Yeah.
Even on the draw. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mulligan a hand with Port and 3 drops. That
Yep.
wasn't good
Yeah,
enough.
yeah, this is fine.
We keep a hand with. Always, Eli. Always. Look at them doing the play you said.
Yeah, yeah, literally the play I said.
Sky and thingy, and I'm like, yeah, screw your side. There you go. You don't have anything anymore.
Why didn't you
And
pitch
now,
the Prospector? There's Chalison one.
Yeah, because I'm gonna draw a card. What did I pitch? I forgot.
Ringleader, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, ringleader. I think I have a lot of advantage already.
Yeah, but this card literally is blank.
No, I was actually thinking that if I draw a cavern, I can play this Fable, and this Fable is going to win me the game.
Okay, you do draw a cavern. All right. I see how it is. Borrower, the Skirk.
And there I was thinking sacrifice it or not.
Yeah.
But
I might have. Okay.
But yeah.
Oh, draw war. Okay, yeah. I agree. Slam War Chief here.
Mm-hmm.
I would guess they probably have Force of Will in their hand. Ooh, that was a good draw. Interesting. Okay,
Force of Will. Yeah, there are so many options here.
Yeah, I like jamming Sling Gang here. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yes, I think so. I think it's one of the things that you. Yeah, I do. But that you mentioned before is like with the ringleaders, it's like not casting ringleader first, like ringleader's the last card. And the same, I think, can hold true for everything. Like, so obviously with Matron as well. And it's like Sling Game, yes, it's great for you to like cast him last and deal the last points of damage, but it's just so much for them to deal with. And they don't actually have the tools to deal with like this amount of pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, it also makes sense to just get your 4-drop in play while you can, because this deck does play Dismember, so if they draw Dismember, then the Sling Gang might get stuck. This is just, attack for 5, and you've 4 points of burn on the table, you're winning the race by 1,000,000 miles, and then you just get to play an uncounterable Pashlik next turn and kill them, probably. Okay, Emery hits... Okay, that does hit a Kappa, Chalice, Pithy Needle, Petal...
Yeah, but I can just kill that.
Yeah.
Completely
fine. Okay. Do you get the Pashlik, or do you just Expert?
I think it's just Expert, right? Yeah.
Thinking about it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's the safest play. Have another Expert. Don't need to sacrifice creatures.
Whoa, don't you attack with the Sling? Okay, all right. Hold on. Hold the phone.
And I let it trade.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it.
Nice.
Yeah, I think, again, Wasteland, very lucky.
Yeah, I got lucky with the Wasteland twice. I mean, it's not indefensible. Like, your opponent untapping with like 3 mana is scary, but definitely aggro Wastelands can... It's like super high variance, right? Because if they have a Saga as a follow-up, you're just like, ugh, I'm such an idiot.
Yes. I think I tried to ignore Saga at all this the spots.
I feel like Saga, I mean...
I thought I was just going to lose this game if they actually do their thing.
If they just like do anything.
I mean, look at it. Look at this hand. What am I doing? I'm casting a turn 3 Fable. Okay, that's actually really good if I do draw the land.
Right, but the thing is, I guess, it means it doesn't. You can't even really play around Saga because you're going to be using your Wasteland on the next turn anyway. Most likely. Like, if you don't waste here, and then they play Saga, and you're just like, well, now I also have to Wasteland anyway, and they've gotten the 2 mana from Ancient Tomb for that turn again, so you're in trouble. So, yeah, I think it is defensible in this spot because your hand is bad.
Yes, because the hand was bad.
Yeah, honestly, looking at this hand, I don't hate this.
Don't hate this.
I don't hate the 7.
But I don't think it's a 7 you keep. I think it's a 6 you keep.
Okay.
Take out any of these lands or 3 drops, and I keep this as 6,
I
think.
Yeah. I just really like, you got Port and Wasteland and a Magus, so like you can port Saga So they can get like one construct, and then you port Saga, and then you play Magus, and then the Saga dies, and you can beat one construct pretty easily. But maybe it is really slow against a if they have a Kappa or something. You don't drop Fire Blast immediately.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's go last
Final round.
Delver again, because this is actually the more interaction you get, and you can see my ultimate punt of the tournament. Eventually. It is just so bad. I actually just literally clicked the wrong button. But it's fine.
I just realized I haven't been doing this to full screen, and it's probably very annoying for people watching the stream. Oh, that's weird. YouTube doesn't want to play it. Or okay, there we go. Okay, it doesn't want me to do full screen. Fuck you, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Twitch chat. All right, Lackey or Vile?
The classic. Yeah.
Also, you don't know what your opponent's on, right?
Yes. I'll leave to anyone's choice there. It's like you do what your heart feels right.
I think I do Lackey here.
I think I do Vile. Let's see.
I mean, I'm biased from the fact that I know that you're playing against Delver. Oh, you do Lackey.
Oh, I do like it as well. Look at that.
Interesting. Interesting. Ooh, double Vile.
Now I'm like, please let Vile survive. Like, survive. And I'm thinking it can be Storm still.
Right, yeah.
Now I don't.
Yeah, okay, so it's Delver.
And now double Vile or Wasteland and Vile?
Wasteland Vile.
Okay.
Actually, I think it's reasonable to play the Vile before you play the Wasteland, because if they daze and then like obviously you can't pay and then you Wasteland them, they have 0 lands in play.
I know, but I don't know. I cannot.
You have the second Vile though.
I know, for next turn. I think they force here and I play the second Vile.
Yeah. I don't like letting them have 3 mana because of iteration.
Or cantrip into Murktide
or just Murktide itself. I guess it would work out the same if you wastelanded them, so it's kind of whatever.
Yes.
God, that card's so dumb.
What is that? Turn 3 for them. They kill the Lackey, force the Vile, and they have an
Herder 6/6,
yeah.
I guess you kind of have to play the Pashlik, but like yeah.
I don't like my choices here, but
I think you just gotta hope that they're gonna flood out from here, honestly. But of course, okay, iteration.
This game. Yeah, I think this is done.
Yeah.
To be honest, I keep playing these games because sometimes Goblins just surprises you when you out of the blue win a game out of nowhere, and you're like, "What the fuck? How did I win this?"
Okay, so they are kind of flooding. Got 4 lands, 2 cards in hand. Ooh, Hearse. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean,
why aren't you attacking first? Oh, they Pyroblast, okay. Mill of Days, sure. Okay. It's not impossible for you to win this. Okay, iteration, that's obnoxious.
Say that after their
into Murktide.
Yeah, of course.
Wait, why did you
Wasteland?
No, why didn't you eat the iteration instead of the fetch land?
Didn't I? What the fuck?
You eat Bauble Fetch. They don't have 2 sorceries.
Huh. I don't know. I don't know.
And then I think...
Glad I didn't. No. Yeah.
So if you get to wasteland them there... Oh, right. You don't want to... No. It makes sense. If you eat the iteration, that grows the Murktide. Because that card is...
Oh, yes.
Bullshit.
That's what I was thinking. Yes. Actually, that was what I thought at the time. Thank you. And yeah, I didn't think I should wasteland here. I thought like...
Just in case you draw Cavern.
One of my ways to win this game is drawing Cavern. But yeah, they just decided to attack me for 10 there.
Yeah, turn 5 with interacting the entire game. Just casually bigger than Grizzlebrand by a lot. They just have 2 Grizzlebrands. Oh, and a Force of Will. Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
God.
Cool, no? Yeah.
God,
The
Delver's
deck
such a
is
fucking stupid deck.
so God, so annoying. I think no, it's all over the place. Look at that shit. That
Yeah.
sideboard's all over the place.
Yeah, no Fury
I
this
got,
time, but I think the Fury
yeah,
is
but I
good.
got unlucky.
I think shaving one lackey is fine.
Yeah, and I keep both ringleaders and cut up the Fable. Wow,
Yeah,
it's all weird.
that is weird.
Yeah.
Okay, Vibe resolves. That's cool.
Yeah. Again, as I mentioned, it's like I just gem it.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like,
I mean, you're not playing around anything. You
gonna
just
play.
absolutely play it. Yeah.
No, but back in the day, I think like I don't know, 10 years ago, I would just pass the turn, cast Vibe turn 2.
Why?
But nowadays,
Why? Wait, why?
they wouldn't kill you fast enough. Um, and
But
you could play around. If I can play around days and just
there's no
resolve
land in
Vibe,
play.
I'm going to win game. Oh yes. Okay. Yeah. Oh
But I get
God.
what you mean. Like I think back in the day against like Rug Delver, you would delay Vile on the draw because getting Vile countered was so bad because it grew Tarmogoyf. Like that's the problem. Like
yeah, but those things were manageable, whereas nowadays they're not.
Right.
Like their creatures need to die, or they're gonna kill you, or you have to kill them really fast.
Yeah. Okay, so Ponder off Steam Vents. So that tells you that they either don't have a land or they have a fetch land that they're valuing very highly.
Yeah, I'm forcing the shit out of that.
Oh yeah. I mean, this just kind of fits nicely that this hand wasn't going to do anything on turn 2 anyway, so.
I could have drawn Jesus Christ on the cross and I would still port there. There's nothing I would have drawn.
Oh my God. I appreciate that level of enthusiasm for Rashad and Port.
Yes, and this is what I'm like. Yes, I want more ports. It's not great against Delver. I guess we both agree on that. But when it's good, it's
really good.
Winning,
yeah.
Right.
Because the fact that they can't cast Iteration on this next turn is like actually big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you can support it, it's like, oh, but they have the braid this time. Okay. And I don't violate the expert.
Okay. Oh, rewarded.
Yeah, so now I could have expert as well there. I decided against it. Played in 2 days. And now I could have expert as well. And I did. Huh, I thought I was going to play the sling there. Interesting. What would you have done?
That's interesting. Let's back up a second.
Yeah, I actually think I like playing sling. I like attacking and then playing sling. Because I would have Prospector Sacrifice for the days. I would have loads of creatures in play. In case Sling resolves, I can still kill any creature that they play, apart from Stupid Tide.
Yeah, I think I'm very much about ignoring Delver as much as possible, using Expert on DRC, and using your sideboard cards from Murktide, and just basically pretend Delver doesn't exist.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm a 19. Like, what is that Delver doing? So I think playing Sling. Would you go for Sling? I think let's go for Sling.
Yeah, I think Sling's pretty reasonable there, especially if the basic Swamp actually makes a big difference here, because it makes going for Sling like super free.
I'm so in love with that basic Swamp in this league.
Yeah, it's good here. Force Pitch Borrower signals that they don't have days, which is kind of neat. And draw Meltdown, nice Meltdown.
I kind of don't like the Force Pushing Borrower because they can't just like let that die and play Borrower and they're
yeah.
But like they didn't to cast a bond, they're fine. But
and they force again. Force Pitch Force. Okay, so their hand is Meltdown. One unknown.
And waste me, and now I'm like, oh shit, this is rough.
Draw land.
I keep them drawing lands.
Okay, so still hand is Bolt on one other. Okay, so that's a Mystic Sanctuary, but that can't actually get anything all that good because they haven't iterated. Okay, so now we're matroning.
Now I think I'm in the round that I have to kill this Delver.
Yeah, you're going to 7 effectively. They can get back bolts. I mean, I don't know. What if you just got back Sling Gang here? Or you just cast Sling Gang this turn? They go to 10. They probably get a cantrip. If they don't, they get a bolt. And then they go to 8 from the fetch, plus you drain them. You have 3 power still in play.
Yeah, I think I like that more. I actually think I like playing Sling Gang last turn as well instead of War Chief more. So yeah, again, I think that's all going back to our that we talked about before. It's just like gem your most powerful cards before doing anything else, and keep rushing for life total.
Right. Okay, so they get a brainstorm, sure. Kill the Delver. So their hand is now DRC Wobble. Okay.
0 cards.
So they mill the Meltdown, presumably.
Mm-hmm.
You could have saved the... Oh, that was a good draw. Holy shit, that was a good draw. Now they just die, right?
Yeah.
Take 3... Oh, they're at 1. Okay. Oh, but they draw... Yeah. They drew bolt. Okay. But now they're on... It's like end the festivities or bust. Oh, and a ringleader.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay, so now they're dead even if they draw Murktide. No, they'd go to 1. They'd go to 1 and then kill you.
But yeah, that draw lined up really well, like with the drawing the lands in the right times and drawing the cards in the right times. It's all like very, very lucky, I think.
All right. All right.
And the last one is actually really cool. I really enjoy, apart from like the turn that I screw it up, which is so obvious.
I believe you mentioned something about ticking up a vial when you shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep, this looks like the sideboarding you've been doing. -2 lackey on the draw. Sure. So you don't cut a land. I cut a land.
Yeah, you cut the tomb.
Oh, and you board in all of the kinesis effects.
All of the pyrokinesis. I was just trying different things, yes.
I would only do that if I was really low on time, or if my opponent was really low on time, and I just needed to not die fast.
Yeah, I do think this is wrong. I do.
Okay, I ponder. Yeah. Bubble. Cavern. You leading on Cavern? I guess you drew a second one. Yeah, that's fine. Play Vial, I agree with that, because...
Also, what am I... the other play was leading on Port. I think, yeah, Port can be important in the game, so I don't want it. And I do not want to leave that Badlands, because that casts 6 cards in my deck that I really want to cast.
Yeah, Badlands is like high key, the best land of the deck post-port a lot of the time. Plus, obviously, you drew a second Cavern, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I keep fucking up the thing. All right. All right, so we're here to play DRC. It's turn 2, and they have 6 cards in the graveyard. Cool, 7 cards. Very fair.
Yeah. I could hold up Pyroblast for iteration. I don't think that is right.
That doesn't make any sense if you are porting them. There's like, just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I can just port, right? Yeah.
I mean, I think there's an argument to Pyrokinesis right now.
Pitching what? My cards are too good.
Yeah.
It's like they have 6 cards in the graveyard already. Like, that is going to do me 3 damage, maybe giving them some more selection.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the reason to pitch to not do it then would be they might play Delver next turn, then you get the 2 for 2.
Yeah, and I'm at 20, so it's like, it's fine.
Right.
Now...
playing the Badlands is bad.
But this is not where it ends.
I think Matron gets... I mean, you could just do like Pyrokinesis 3 and 1, but then if they have a bolt, you're like super dead.
Yes.
So I would not do that.
Um,
But I don't know. I feel like you kind of have to kill one of these.
yeah, that was I was thinking, and then I was like, do I? Because if I can kill all of them, and then I still have the power blast for Mark died, I'm all right, even at 11 life.
Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna matron for expert.
I don't know if I even matron. I think I matron for expert. Yes. Because I'm all right. If I have to pitch expert, it's fine. If I don't, next turn I can matron expert, pyrokinesis, and have pyroblast up.
What do you think of
plan.
matron Pashlik?
What is Pashlik?
So that Pashlik, like Pashlik matron expert means you can always expert the DRC, because if they bolt the Pashlik to reduce the expert, it'll still kill it.
Yeah, that's a 2-turn plan to kill one of them. It's like I cannot. Like
Right.
you have to matron now and violin the expert.
Oh, you're not matroning this turn?
Oh, I am. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but even if you get to Pashlik, you have to violin the Pashlik next turn.
Yeah.
And you can only cast one of these experts.
Right.
So you're still going to take from one of the...
Oh, thank God they did not wasteland the Badlands.
Yes, that's what I... Yeah. I had 100% sure they're not going to wasteland this Badlands.
Whoa.
So, yes, that was rough. Rough in one creature.
Yeah.
Which was actually, I must say, really good play by them, right?
Right, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I'm surprised you didn't flash in an expert.
I am as well.
Because then you get to go expert.
No, but
then you have to leave the violent too if you want to protect it with Pyroblast.
Yeah. Well, the plan here now was I'm going to cast Pyrokinesis, and then I'm going to Violin Mom for something good, and I'm going to expert one of the things. So if they have a boat, they have to use a boat in one of the 1/1s, which is completely fine. But then I cast the Matron instead of Violin in. And I'm like, why did I cast this Matron? I don't want a free drop.
Right.
And this is where I really screwed up, because I think up until now, like, all my decisions were very justifiable. But I just cast the Matron instead of Violet in. I think Violet in and cast Expert is great because they have to bolt.
Right.
To
bolt something not important.
Yeah, but now I have to play this Chieftain.
I mean, why get Chieftain? Also, if you're kind of like playing towards bolt, like, why give them a good bolt target if the whole, like, why not get Sling Gang?
I could get Sling Gang. I could get Sling.
Like, you already have a 3 for your Vial because you have another Matron.
Yeah, I think I was just very annoyed, and I was
like, oh
my God, I screwed up so badly. Now my mana is awkward. I cannot like cast
Pyroblast and Expert. Yeah.
I have only a Matron that I'm like.
Okay.
I guess I draw like Pile Driver.
So so they have a bolt on top of their deck. So I think this Vial stays on 3.
Yes, and I'm Matron for like Sling.
Yeah. And then you kill
DRC.
Yeah, kill DRC. But I feel like you're just gonna die to 2 bolts probably.
Or I kill Delver and...
Oh, okay. And then I die.
Try to kill Delver. Yeah, do I die here?
Yeah, because, well, the Delver, we know that there's a bolt on top of their deck, and then, like, you can't... Oh, you've Mog Fanatic. Okay, sure. Okay. Technically alive.
But yeah, I think this game was so over.
Yeah.
That I don't pick up that Vial. If I not taking up either one, right? Either I don't pick it up or I don't play the Matron.
Right, and now you can't. Oh, that's so frustrating.
0 cards in hand. Like, I mean, two is like 0 if they're not doing anything. And
Like
like my
in Bolt to
5 is not doing
Fizzle.
anything. Yeah. So this was 100% on me, which is very annoying.
Yeah.
Now I
I
take
draw
Vial up.
Edict. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, this game is on.
Iteration to Bolt or Murktide. Bolt. Oh, okay. Oh.
Mons after getting the Vio too.
4.
But even then, all they do is just not block and they're fine. They kill me. Even if they block just like you, they kill me.
Right.
So yeah. Mistake there, and that was like obvious mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like literally just going for the wrong thing. I think if this matron gets Sling Gang, you're still probably fine, because then none of your experts ever get fizzled. It'd probably be Mystic Sanctuary back the Rough Tumble, but then that's like another. You would have 3 more life. Their Delvers would become really awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. But yeah, definitely some mistake there. But I mean, that's 7 rounds for you.
Yeah. But yeah, it was fun, and it was the thing, like Hearst didn't do anything.
Right.
In the whole thing, Fable was really good.
Yeah.
And I freaking love Fable.
Yeah.
But I think you have to.
I mean, you just didn't draw it. Like, you drew it really late most of the time. You didn't play it on turn 2 ever.
What, Fable?
No,
Curse,
yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that is true. That is true.
So
but yeah,
there's something to that.
Problem with the card though is like,
I mean,
can we play more cards that are not good? Because we play Luckies and Vials and so many cards that are actually just not great late game.
I mean,
Hearst. I'm not happy with Hearst.
I don't know. I think it's still really powerful. I think you got a lower end of it. So let's I'm pulling up Magic Online here so we can talk about. So I've had a couple. So after the showcase, I had like a bunch of really mediocre. I actually went on a pretty substantial losing streak, but which is that sort of like variance reasserting itself after you do well in an event.
Yes.
So I tried a bunch of different things. I tried your idea of just putting edicts in the main instead of hearses.
Yes.
And they're just like a little too hard to cast too often if you're not like planning around drawing a non-creature black spell.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough.
And I haven't been liking the Fnatic very much, so I think the last thing that I was running, I had 2/4-1s with this.
Yeah, I'm also not liking Fnatic all that much. I don't think the meta really calls for it, and I don't think it does enough against Delver. Like, it's good, but it's not like
it was when Ragavan was legal, when it was live a lot.
Yes.
Because I think but also back in that time there were less baubles in the Delver decks, so that DRC stayed a 1/1 for like one more turn usually. But bauble just turns on into a 3/3 so fast.
So there you have 31 non-goblins.
Sorry?
31?
Oh, right. Yeah. 24 lands, 7 other. Yep.
And 30 goblins. Yeah, so So yeah, that's what I meant. I think because I was taking like Ringleader is not great, and then against Delver, and I thought that the Fable was low. I was just like in a spot I did not know what to do. I think it was just pulling in too many different directions, and decided to go with the Goblin plan again, instead of just overboarding with extremely good cards.
I think I would sideboard something like. I think I actually tend to like all the lackeys, and I shave a Skirk.
7 cards to bring in, G.
Yeah, you cut a land, and then it's like what, 24 goblins. But the only card that in your deck that cares about goblin count is the one Muxus.
I leave that Greater Maker. It looks really bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
I guess a little bit of pressure is a card that you can play early.
Yeah, I just kind of like another 2-drop, and I do find that with Hearst shrinking DRCs, it's easier for Creator Maker to trade with DRC.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't die to end the festivities. I think.
I'm just leaning completely again.
I mean,
end the festivities destroy my not new deck.
I mean, I think post board the end of festivities is not that bad, right? We've got X1s, X1.
Yeah,
Matron doesn't really matter, and then Sling Gang, which you'll get the drain off at least. So there's not that many X1s post board really, and at least like as far as cards that we care about, like I prefer if these didn't die to end the festivities. Mostly okay with these. Sling Gang kind of sucks, kind of doesn't. Depends on the board. Oh, and then Experts.
Yeah, I think it's fair, but I still don't think it makes it like.
I mean, it's not gonna like be good for you, but it's not gonna completely murderize you.
No.
But
I don't know, because I think it was mostly because I didn't like the Hearst that I decided to just do other stuff.
Right. So you've got this. You've got this weird idea. I think I put it in here. Yeah.
Oh, you went to 60 cards there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really, really happy with this one. Loads of 1-drops. Curve is good. Mostly because the mana base. The mana base supports 4 Wastelands, 2 ports, and an Ancient Tomb. It has 6 fetches and 7 fetchables.
I think I cut the Ancient Tomb to go to.
What did you get in there?
To go to 60 is I cut the Ancient Tomb and.
Oh,
and I fit a Fable in here. That's right.
Oh, okay. But yeah, the Ancient Tomb, because I don't think you can cut any of the colored mana. Like,
right.
It's 13 green, 17 red, and 10 black, I think.
10 black, that's 11. 12?
8.
12. 12 black.
8. Okay, yeah. I was trying to count for the...
Oh, for edicts? Yeah, wow, it's only 8. That's really bad.
Yeah, you do have the hierarchs.
Yeah, hierarch and Fable, but like still 8 is like yikes. Yeah.
But yeah, like the mana base really works. Like I don't want to cut the ports. The 1-drops have been great. You still have the pressure of War Chief, Chieftain, and Pile Driver. But here you can actually get like proper card advantage with 3 Ringleader, and the Muxes are actually much better as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now you have, 30...
32 goblins.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. The amount of removal is also great, and it usually gets online faster as well because of Hierarch.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I do like this, the look of this list. I haven't tried it myself. Do you want to just play some games? Like just, I mean, it's been 2 hours. If you want to go, it's fine.
Yeah. Maybe I'll join the backseat. I'll just watch.
Okay, cool.
I'll chat on the chat.
Okay, cool.
And I'll get another beer.
All right, sounds good. Well, thanks for joining me, man.
Are you gonna play this?
Yeah. Well, I want to play this list.
All right, cool. Yeah, thank you for having me. It's great to see how bad I am at Magic still. It's amazing. Yeah, try this out. I'm gonna come back in a second in the chat and see how.
Cool. I'll run to the bathroom and then we'll get going with the league. Probably not playing very much of it, but get a little bit. All right, everyone. I'll be right back in just a minute.
Thank you, mate.
All right. Let's see how this does. I'm a little worried about that black source count for Edict, but... Hope everyone enjoyed that recap. That was pretty informative, I thought. All right, this is a Delver player, if memory serves. Nah. Okay. Kind of hoping this first file gets forced a little bit. All right. Force pitch to Fairy. Okay, not Delver. Just need to draw fourth land and we're all good. Volk. Interesting. I upkeep Wasteland here. I'm a little scared of Narset plus Wheel. If I Ringleader into an Expert, then, or I have a draw Expert for turn, then I don't care about that. I think I just really want to make sure I resolve Ringleader. And they're generally lower on Hull Breachers these days. Okay. We got two Ringleaders. There's a dress down. Be fine with dress down, to be honest. All right, Expert, please. Come on. Nice. All right, I think really hard to lose from here. Really hard to lose from here. Just needed to fade that one, the Hull Breacher. If we whiffed on an answer, but we did not, so plow, fucking deal. Use plow and Ringleader. Well, they know about the Expert, so they kind of need to clear my stuff. Prismatic Ending, sure. They have a land. Okay. Doing this to play around dress down. Also, the fact that they don't have blue is nice in case of Narset. Sandbag the second cavern, I guess. Could develop the lackey here, to be honest, for... Yeah. Oh, okay. Just draw 4. Guess I'll do out a discard. Yeah, I'll discard... Yeah, the draw 4s are something special. They really are. I love you, Goblin Ringleader. Yeah, our entire hand is from 2 ringleaders. Drew 7 cards off of 2 ringleaders. Fucking awesome. Okay. You have double expert if they went like Narset, Plow. We could still go Lackey, Expert. Beat a Days and Doing thing. Don't have any haste things, just attack. Yeah, that's fine. Actually don't want to deploy anything important this turn, so I actually am just going to expert here. So I have to plow the ringleader. And we go Matron for Muxus probably. Technically should have done it when the trigger was on the stack, but... Actually... Let's get the pressure in play. I get Verdict here. Kind of whatever. Sanctuary tapped, okay. Let's not overcommit into a Wrath here. Basic plains, basic mountain, the sanctuary man base. Yeah. Love to see it. Also, how's it going, JR? Couldn't stick for around for your whole Moonstompy review last night. How'd that go? I only got to see, I think I only saw it to like round 4 or something. See anything that was like, holy shit, what did I do there? Shark Typhoon? Wandering Emperor. Oh. Okay. Peasant priority doesn't matter. Okay. Make plays off vibes. Yeah. I could just Muxus here, just put in Matron cast Muxus. It's kind of bad into the Verdict that I was trying to play around. Seems a little unnecessary. All right, we'll see here. If they downtick on Wandering Emperor, then I'll just cut the 2/2. The plus doesn't matter, so I don't have to. I want to hold this expert in case they go Narset, land, Days Undoing. Because that really is the only way we lose. You're all good, Coco. Plow. Make a 2/2. Land. Okay, so they have plow, nothing. Okay. Muxus hits Ringleader, Patron, Twin Shot. Pile Driver, pretty good. All right. Fury's decent. 3 Red Blasts. Still Timeless Dragon. I think 1 Hearse is okay for Timeless Dragon plus Snapcasters. Even Iggy. I have 23 lands. I don't really need to. Just playing. They're playing Kozilek's Return, and I guess Iggy's probably better than Skirk. All my cards are good. Maybe I just don't want Hearse. A return thing. Bring back. I don't know. Hearse is decent in this matchup. It's like exactly decent enough to sideboard in, but maybe I just want more goblins. Hard to go wrong with more goblins. 1 hierarch. 1 hierarch looks a little weird. Is 1 hierarch better than 1 skirk? Probably not. I like the idea of just getting to fetch more easily, because I do have to worry about ruination. All right. I guess hierarchs are good against yeah, like hierarch would be better than lackey or than skirk here most likely. So the nice thing about hierarch is that Exalted means that Ringleader punches an Narset for 3. Ooh, double lackey. That double lackey makes me want to. I think I'm actually going to lead on Skirk so that I can double lackey next turn. It's so much better to present 2 lackeys in the same turn. Spat against K return. Them doing nothing feels very K return. I'll accept my fate. That's like a punishment for sure, because then they'd have to kill the lackey. But get a removal spell out of their hand before. But I think this is generally better. mountain here. Yeah. All right, punished for the tricky line, I guess, but and tap like this bluff Pyroblast. Be worse against back to basics, but no one plays back to basics. Yeah, they play 1K return, right? Dramatic ending. All right, draw land, please. It's ringleader. Draw 3. 3. Draw 1. A little Fable and a Pyroblast. It's kind of a bummer, but you want to play Sling there? I don't. Why not Sling? Because I don't have any answers in my hand. And this is worse against a Planeswalker, I guess. Okay, they do nothing. That's kind of interesting. Oh, I'm scared of Hull Breacher. Okay. Sure. So they got a 3-for-1, and then our ringleader drew 1, so we're pretty down on cards. But I mean, we got a Muxus in hands. We just need to draw a couple lands. We bottomed only 1 land. Bottom Fable's kind of a bummer, but okay, this is probably Timeless Dragon. Expert would be a really good draw. Appcaster. Boundic ending a token. Sure. I think opponent thought they had a Swords to Plowshares. Ooh. I think I jump on the Samurai token, attack both. See if I can draw a 2-drop here or land. Cool. I'll just trade with the Snapcaster. Okay. Narset. Okay, and they use it, so ringleader should kill this. Oh. Ooh. Don't think it's worth the risk. Draw 2 matrons. Good. I'll probably slam the Muxus next turn because of Ruination. blow up almost all my lands. Maybe they flashback Savines here. Okay, another Narset. Double plow. Prismatic ending. Oh, okay. Sure. Because their hand is plow, one unknown. I think I'm really likely to hit a Haste Lord here. Okay. Barry, that doesn't matter. Patch looks nice as it insulates against a verdict. Nice. Okay. And we still had 2 Matrons in Sling Gang left over, so. In that spot, we're not too bad against a wheel. Once if the first Narset, if they had the wheel the whole time, then the Narset gets a little dicey. But once they play the second one, it's fine because then they don't have mana to actually remove our board after the fact. Like they can wheel and then it doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean here it doesn't even matter. Because they have to plow this, they have to plow this, they have to plow this, and they have to plow this. Like they can't actually kill everything. That is killing them. They're at 11. All right, that was pretty fucking clean. Even though we got 3 for 1 by the K return really early, but didn't even matter. But I stand by that play of leading on the Prospector and then playing double lackey on turn 2. Because killing 2 lackeys when you lead on an island is hard. Alright, well. We keep this and pray. Both Mire is usually a bad sign. Ground C. Oh, alright. We're in it. Ponder Shuffle. No Snuff Adders, cool. Okay. So this deck list is that I didn't update the deck list command after we moved things going on. Sorry about that, Dr. Rock. We're dead. Cool. It's Ant. That's Tess. Oh, that's a bummer. Ponder Shuffle kill you. Interesting. This might just be. This might be a YOLO play, honestly. Give Ritual. Okay. Okay. I think opponent's trying to find Echo. Shuffle. Yeah. I don't think this casts anything, so. Yeah, Trash Man, pretty good. They're trying to get Metalcraft. I think I blow up the Mox. Because then I can just play, I just play Pile Driver into Chieftain. I think I'm just going to kill them. Pretty quickly, even sacking the Lackey. They have so few cards, they might not even be able to imprint anything under here. Okay, Rite of Flame. Running Wish. Okay. Echo. Sure. Don't think red mana matters. And I think Chieftain's lethal on next turn. 3, 7, yeah. They have to draw LED. Nice. All right, getting game 1 versus Tess pretty good. These are all not going to bring in Hearse. Magus and Surgical are both super mediocre. Cut the Vials, especially with this build. We do have open sideboard slots because we don't need to keep a lot of these cards. Some of the builds are playing Prismatic Ending, so I think Magus is like fine. Surgical is fine. I think this is probably what we want. We don't have that many sideboard cards, so I don't think mulliganing for sideboarding cards makes a lot of sense. Same point to not play Pyroblast over Ribs and add Ribs if you want more than 4. Nope. They're in this deck. They're functionally the same. Oh wow, that's they Ponder shuffled. Ponder shuffled. I think it's just Lackey. Could easily die here. Yeah, I wanted to blast a brainstorm really bad, but giving them another turn is like so scary when life total is an important resource for an ad nauseum deck. Please don't kill me. Bad sign. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm happy. Now we'll hold up the blast. A second mind trap in the sideboard. I mean, if I played against Tess a lot, then yeah, it's the best card. But Tess isn't that popular. I played 2 traps in the showcase and I regretted it. I wanted the second surgical more. So hopefully we just go for an echo line. Okay, that's interesting. Do LEDs maybe? Oh. GG. They could have gone for an empty Thorns. But that would give me the Witch Claw, and if I have an answered end, like I have like a Chain Whirler in my deck, then they get Giga punished by going for empty. So yeah, probably not supposed to go for empty. Nice. All right, 2-0-4-0. Be good. I must admit my voice is beginning to give out a little bit, but talking a lot, and I've got a sore throat. Even though I've been guzzling tea all day. Thank you for watching. I think I'm gonna call it here. This list is looking good so far. Faced our best matchup and then a relatively bad matchup, but it has gotten better as Tess has slowed down. Tess, their critical turn has substantially gone up, it feels like. I feel like they go off on turn 1 a lot less than they used to. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely keep playing this list, and then this is the list that I've been going on. I feel like Mogwai Marshall is getting a little bit better in the meta because there's so much Jeskai and people are playing Kozilek's Return, Supreme Verdict. And if you can just like pay Echo and your War Marshal, Verdict is so mediocre because just starting the next turn with the 1/1 play just like actually matters an absolute ton. Which is weird to say, but it's huge, absolutely huge. And War Marshal's just in general good against the control deck, against like a control deck that is actually trying to control you versus compared to like the Uro decks where it was a race a lot of the time. Whereas you're not really, it's not racing. It's not about racing Jeskai. If you're seeing less Delver, I mean, I still like yeah. Also, why Port? It's I feel like Port is rarely. It's sometimes bad, but it's rarely a function of Port being bad, and more like it's more important to cast other spells. It's more about just like opening up the mana base to other options rather than Rashad and Port itself is the problem. Sometimes it is, but more of the time it's just like a wanting other things. Oh, and then the weird thing about this list is we only got 3 caverns. 3 caverns, 1 ancient tomb just looks really weird, but kind of makes sense with the way the sideboard is. Like tomb is really good with like these cards. Plus these, obviously. I still want to be able to cast turn 2 Fable every once in a while. Turn 2 Fable is really, really strong. I guess that's the sort of appeal. I mean, this only has 1 Fable. This is the Iggy's. I do like I normally don't like Ignoble Hierarch, but I think Marcelo's kind of onto something. But yeah, I think something I remember Callum one time said something about Cavern, and it's like Cavern is much worse in many decks than it otherwise would be because the dynamic of Cavern of unless the majority of the spells you're casting are with the Cavern and they're the most important spells of the game, Cavern isn't actually that good because if you play 3 spells using Cavern and then you're playing the 4th spell without, that's like as a non-creature, and it's important, then this counter spell that you've been blanking the entire game is suddenly online. And I think that's like you know, adding these non-creature spells to goblins, like Curse, like Fable, means that counter spells are going to be live for much, much longer and much more often. So Cavern not only doesn't cast Fable, it kind of makes Fable worse because there's less stuff unless you actively do it, baiting counter spells away from Fable, because it's not like, oh, I'm gonna play a thing and they forcible it, and then you play Fable and they don't forcible for it. It's just like, well, I can't misplay and forcible this thing. It doesn't matter because it literally says on the card can't be countered, but instead I'm gonna counter with the Fable because obviously, like, what else am I gonna counter if there's a Cavern in play? So that's kind of a important dynamic. Yeah, it's an argument for second edict as well. I think that is true. And I like, this list has, I think, 10 black sources. Plus the fables, yeah. And a basic, and the fable tokens. And I think Edict is so nice because it just doesn't get fucking force of willed. The stupid, you know, the dynamic of just like Pyroblast your Murktide, force your Pyroblast is like the most miserable thing in the world. But if you have Edicts, then you can start Pyroblasting expressive iterations pretty happily. Because like if you have Edict in your hand, you're just like, okay, I can counter all the 2-for-1s and Edict the Murktide and not care if they do have a force. And if they have like Force of Will to protect the iteration's like so much worse. It's just like not an exchange that they want to make. So Edict lines up a lot better. Plus, it prevents you from dying to DRC. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Edict right now, and it helps in some of our hardest matchups, like Green White Depths. Though Green White Depths, I've been on a winning streak of since introducing Hearse. I think Hearse is really, really good in the Green White Depths matchup, and Fable's even better. EOT Stoneforge or yeah, oh yeah, it's so good against Reclaimer, right? So good against Reclaimer. You know, they play Reclaimer, you play Locky, they go land 2 pass, and you just Edict. And they can't activate in response. And of course, they don't want to activate preemptively because then the Locky gets in, so they're kind of stuck. They don't really get to play around it. It's just like a forced play. Yeah, it's great. All right. There's my research. Let's see if we raid someone here. Day 9. Jorbs. Monitors playing Esper Control. Any legacy players? Legacy players. Can like no? Yeah, looks like no. Okay. Honor Esper Control sounds kind of cool. Let's read Demonic Tutors. Demonic Tutors is a legacy player, very good. Had an insane run with Ant recently, a couple weeks ago. Thank you all for watching.